If you've ever wanted to know about the name or the location of a particular farm stand or cheese maker, winery, anything fresh and local here on the East End, there is a new guidebook that you are going to love, and it is called The HEP Guide to Long Island Farmstands. Jim Monaco, welcome to the show. You helped put this together.
Yeah, I'm the publisher.
You are the publisher of HEP Guides,
right?
Which is, we have an array of the local HEP Guides in front, which are all, you know, East End centric.
Paddling Guide by Mike Bettini, Trail Guide by Mike Bettini, a great book about
we've had the different authors from all of these books on over the years, but this is a new one, and I think this is so great because, you know, we've had Kay Plum from the Farmers Market and the Slow Foods, and Brian Hallwheel from Edible East End on, but it's sometimes hard. You drive down the road and you think, well, what's that farm stand? Who owns that? Well, you know, what do they sell?
This all came out of the slow food movement, and we decided to see whether we could make a list of all the farm stands, not just on the East End, but at North Fork and also even Up Island. You'd be surprised
to Nassau and
discover
Suffolk County.
There's still 3 farms left in Nassau, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, one is Young's Farm, where I used to go as a kid in Brookville, and I don't know where the other 2 are.
You didn't read the guide, Jim.
You have to look at the map. There's over 100 farm stands listed there, and we also got involved in researching farmers markets and CSA. CSA is Community Supported Agriculture, where you buy a subscription to at a farm, $300-400 a year, and you go pick up your box every week, and you don't know what you're going to get in it.
Quail Hill.
Right, Quail Hill is one of them. There's like 40
but there's
of
also,
those.
you know, you also have fishmongers, bakers, there's different cheese makers.
It's all local stuff. It's a slow food philosophy that you eat local.
Artisanal, right?
You eat local and you eat seasonal. So they're all there.
Or were there certain guidelines that different farm stands or different purveyors had to meet?
In this particular edition, we didn't make any differentiation. The smallest, I guess, would be Mary Lee Foster's farm stand on Sayeg Road, which is like about the size of your chair. And some of the larger ones are almost, you know, they're really markets. They have coolers, they have imported goods that aren't local. So that you don't know where to draw the line in terms of...
I never get that, because sometimes when you go to the farm stands and you get there and you're like, oh, is this local? They're saying, oh, no, it's not in season. But then why have it?
People don't know. You know, the old joke, is this pineapple local? You know,
right?
If you laugh at that, then you understand you can't grow pineapples here. But if you don't laugh at that...
If there's tomatoes in the middle of winter, then there's your answer. But it's a little confusing. You have to ask.
Well, kids think, you know, food comes from the market, just like they think cash comes from the machine. So a lot of this is involved in educating kids to learn that the plants grow in the dirt, and that you can do it yourself, and you can actually pick and eat what you grow in the garden. Do you have
the new farm stand at Nick and Tony's in here?
Yes, that's in there as well. That's the farmers market in East Hampton.
Farmers markets,
which grew out of the farmers market in Sag Harbor, which is a great success.
It's interesting, the whole farmers market phenomenon that's happened, because you see them now, you know, there's a farmers market on every block in New York City, and it's spread into the boroughs. Now you see them in the Bronx,
all over
Brooklyn, and it's into Long Island as well.
It's really a movement now, an explosion. We were surprised to discover the extent of the farmers market movement on Long Island. There's over 7 million people on Long Island, so this is not a small town.
In some places, especially, I know in New York City, but I'm not sure about Long Island, food stamps are accepted at farmers markets, which I think is a great idea.
There's even a special federal program for mothers with dependent children, something like that, where they get $18 to spend at a farm stand. No cakes, just vegetables.
It's great because in a lot of these places, and especially in, you know, in inner city, some of the grocery stores don't sell the freshest produce, and this is providing kids with the freshest you can get.
And what's really interesting is that once these young mothers use this federal credit, they come back week after week after week. So when people get used to fresh food, they demand it.
I think sometimes people think, well, if I go to the farm stand, it's going to be more expensive. But I find, personally, when I go to the farm stand, if I'm buying produce, it's not any more expensive, maybe even less expensive than going to some of the, you know, gourmet grocery stores.
That's very true, and you also know that 100% of your dollar is going into the food, and when you buy the tomato from California, 98 cents is into the oil for the transport from
That's true.
California.
That's a good point. And you also know you're supporting local agriculture and the farm families out here.
And the agriculture movement is growing really strongly on Long Island. People are still preserving land.
Well, it's a great guide. Where can people pick it up?
Any bookstore or on the web.
On the web, where?
At hepdigital.com or
HEP.
Amazon. HEPdigital.com.
Or Amazon. Or you can put in HEP Guide Farm Stands.
And you'll find it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
pleasure.
being here. I love this guide. I have it at home. I think it's just great that you've done this. Coming up next, Susan Barry Roden and Karen Mannix with the Celebrity Birdhouse Auction. Stay with us.